Hello, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining myself tonight on the panel on this Monday night show is JFK, Port Bear, and the man that's got a voice of an angel, the one and only Bridgeman. How you doing, guys?
Hi Stardog, hi Port Bear, hi
I
Bridgeman.
like that one. Where's that Port Bear?
All right, mate. How we doing?
Can I
How you
just
doing, guys?
Can I just say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, we'll take it for yesterday, Bridgeman. I
Cool,
think
yeah.
it's only fair to do that, mate. The performance yesterday. I think it would be fair to say if my assessment on it would be we're still a mile short performance-wise. We dominated the ball. Maybe a couple of players started to look as if they're starting to show maybe tiny wee glimpses of getting back to form now. Aribo gets a pass for me yesterday. Steve Davis does. Ryan Kent for the goal. Like I said yesterday in the show, you don't shoot, you don't score, mate. But not the performance we're looking for, but important and very important for the club, mate, because we've got a big week coming ahead is to get the 3 points back on the table. Still a mile short performance-wise, JFK.
It was well short of the performance that we'd expect or hope for. But I mean, it's one of the games that, looking back, we probably would have lost it. But it was a hard-fought result. Poor play all round, apart from maybe three players. But it's a 3 points. Takes a step forward to see what happens for the end of the season. But another poor performance, and let's see if the guys can lift themselves for the big game on Thursday.
A dry first half. We dominated possession of the ball, Bridgeman, but we dominated the ball again without looking as if we were going to score at all. We never really get near their goal. We had claims for a penalty, we spoke about that, but at the same sense, Ross County never really done anything to us. I think they had a moment in the first half where their striker just ghost piled the fence and Alan McGregor's forced to pull off a save. But, we're getting possession of the ball, Bridgeman, but we just don't look clinical going forward. We don't look like a team that's going to score a goal.
Yeah, we're service. So I thought it was quite good service sometimes from the left with Barisic. Not great service from the right, I must admit. But I think in the second half, when Ryan Kent moved over to the right wing, he got a wee bit more service into the box. But even when he got into the box, I'm afraid that Alfie wasn't 100%. He's no bang on form yet. So we may struggle for a wee while to let him get his chance to build his confidence and get his shooting boots back on. He had a couple of a nice chance of a good header and a couple of chances to toe poke the ball in, but never took them. But other than that, I think he's right what you've said up to now. We're not clicking, and sometimes it takes a wee while to get them to click. And once they do click, of course, it'll all come flooding back to them, and they'll look at a different team. But we're desperate for that to come. Desperate.
I think we've seen that in the first half of the season. I'll go to Port Vale with us. We know what that team's capable of. We know the level that they can play to. And like I said to Bridgeman, we just don't look like a team that's got the confidence going forward to score goals. Maybe players are just not picking their head up early enough. I said in the pre-match show, I'd like to see us cut out the middleman more. I don't want these 5-yard passes. I want us to switch the ball straight away. I think that's what we lack. I think we lack any tempo in our play. Port Vale.
I've said it in the show many a time, and Bridgeman will know as yourself, Stardog, when you're void of confidence, even a 5-yard pass, it feels like a 30-yard pass. Nothing comes off of you, absolutely nothing. And we're a team that's hurting. In my opinion, the wee move of Ryan Kent on the left and brought Jordan Jones onto the left when he come on, that made a wee difference because it was something different, which Gerrard's not been doing. He's been a wee bit stubborn with his formation and sticking to the Ryan Kent on the left-hand side, but it worked. And that was a deflected goal, but that's the sort of luck Rangers have been needing. We've not had much luck in the league at all this year regarding decisions, etc., etc. But, the manager's got to start using that squad. Some of the players that we've not used yet, Harley, Jordan Jones, etc., they would walk into any other team, Stardog, in that league. So therefore, in my opinion, on a one-to-one basis, we've still got better players than every other team in the league. But at the moment, we're not showing it. And teams now, I think, are not scared of Rangers, even at Ibrox. We've not got that fear factor anymore. At the moment, they're out fighting us, they're out running us. Teams just look up for it, and we don't. But we need to lift it. And it's confidence. And Ross County, it's the first chance we've had a chance to get 3 points on the board, in a long number of games. So it's a start, it's a platform. I just hope the players can lift it, Stardog. I know we've said it after the Braga game. twice we said it after the Braga games, as
I
I
think
kick on now. But
I think that's where most of the frustration comes from,
Aye.
guys. In here, I think we've turned the corner a few times in this. It's been a long 6 weeks. It feels like half a season in itself, doesn't it? Really, we know the team's not performed. The win was so important yesterday, as we say. It's a big week ahead of us, but they need to go out and prove to us now. Do you know what I mean? Because it is hard. It is hard to try and stay positive and stay on the train, as Oxford would say. I'm still 100% on the train, mate, until the bitter end. But Jimmy, I'll go to you with this. You were one of the kind of bigger advocates for Jordan Jones. He showed glimpses at the start of the season. I know it was only a wee cameo yesterday, but is that something, mate? We're struggling for form now. You're maybe at last chance alone for some of these guys now. Is this something you would think about putting Jordan
Aye.
Jones in, moving Kent right?
I would like to see something like that. Because I just think that sometimes we're passing about to death. Our directness isn't there. Too many square boys for me, and I want to see if there is to bring Jordan Jones in and do that with Ryan Kent, I'd be up for that. But what gets up my goat is that the manager doesn't seem to be able to change it game by game, or game in the game time in the 90 minutes, try something different. And that really annoys us at times, because you're looking for him to change it. We can all see it sitting in the house or sitting at the game. We can see that there's a change there, need in the formation. I don't want to talk about them here there, but they changed their formation and look what happened. They get the fruits of it, and we should be able to do that and all. We've got enough decent players in the squad to do that. And if Jordan Jones can come in and do that for us,
I know we don't really date on here, Jimmy, but just for talking's sake, if you look at them across there, the form is very, very similar, mate. And like you say, they changed it. They did something about it, and they've no looked back since then. So I think we're on our knees now. We've had terrible, terrible results, and I think now probably would be the time to give these players a chance. And I think Gerrard had the chance to play some of these boys, and I think this is why they're not getting the chance, because I don't think he knows them enough to trust them enough, because he never gave them a chance earlier on in the season. He went with his own players and his own kind of favourites and things like that. But now's the time for me, Jimmy.
You see, Starduck. So what gets up me is that, sometimes stats are false, but the stats don't lie. They've scored 34 goals since the turn of the year, and we've scored 10, mate. They changed what they had to change, and it worked for them. Why could we not maybe change that? And that's not to replicate them. Well, we've been saying on here for months now, why does he not maybe change this formation? And you've been a big advocate of changing it, to the system you would like to see. And maybe that would maybe work, mate. That would maybe work. But why not try it? Try it if he doesn't want to try it in a big game, we'll call it. But, I know we've been losing against the Hamiltons and things like that, but we wanted to try it and see if it worked. If it doesn't work, then you can put your hands up and say, well, I tried and it didn't work. But it's worked for others, so why did we not try it? And that bugs me more than anything, because we can see it, watching it and saying, try something different, and it doesn't seem he's stuck with the 4-3-3, and I'm getting a bit peed off with that, mate.
Anyway, people, if people want to join us, Bridgeman, where can they get a holidays on?
They can join us at 0141 356 1972.
And where else can they get us, Jimmy?
You can get us on Skype at rangersradio.online. Just come through and talk to the guys. Remember, if you call in, hang up, and our good friend Fox will call you straight back. But don't keep phoning in. If you don't get an answer, he will call you back. Be patient, please.
And just like that, abracadabra, we've been joined by Blue Star.
Evening, guys.
Hi, Blue.
How you doing?
all right, Blue, mate.
Hello, Blue. How are you doing? And how's your health? How's everything going in the house?
My health's no bad. It was basically my mother. She can't get walking. She's bedridden, so basically I'm doing a carer. But she's on the mend, so that's the main thing.
Oh, that's brilliant news. Brilliant news. So, a bit of relief for yourself too.
Well, going on. But I've still been listening in, guys, and going with what you were saying yesterday and tonight. I'd need to say, you get guys like Jones he brought in yesterday, and he made a wee bit of difference when he came on. Guys for me that should be getting games, and he was getting a wee bit part games here and there. Guys like Stewart. For me, Stewart's got a good bit of talent. He can take players on, he can beat them, he can score the odd goal. For me, Gerrard, it just doesn't seem to want to be able to change. He'll bring guys like Ojo on. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, Ojo's just, you're lucky if you get one decent game out of him, maybe out every 6 and 7. And when he's been bringing him on, I don't see much difference from the guy at all. For me, guys like Stewart, especially in our league, Stewart's been out of the course. He's played with other teams, so he knows the game. And yet Gerrard seems to bring guys in like Ojo, who's been playing in English football, second tier Jimmy. Am I right? Because he's not had much game time at first team level. And yet he doesn't seem to play Stewart. And they get the 2 or 3 games when he brought Stewart on and gave him maybe a half, or mostly a second half, or mostly a first half. The guy was contributing goals. He was playing well with Morelos. So I just don't get it some of the times. I really don't. At the moment when we're playing low, our confidence seems to be shot. He has to be prepared to change things. He has to. Because yesterday's game, guys, the midfield for me, you were right at the start, Doug, sometimes it'd be better punting out the top of them. Because there's no drive for our midfield. There's nobody getting the ball and running with it, taking players on to make space for the likes of Alfie and whoever else is up front, Kimberry or whoever. So if we're midfield aren't doing that, then he's got to bring in our wingers, and our wingers just, for me, it's just not working now. Definitely no.
Yeah,
we're badly low in form. We're low in confidence. My
point on that is, Blue, is, what Jimmy was saying about me wanting to change the formations. I just don't see any need to have the 3 midfielders in there. I really don't see the need for it. I think with Stephen Davis, the age he's at, and the class that he can show in the park, I don't think he should be coming near the halfway line, mate. He could do what Kamara does, and he's more sure of himself on the ball. And you could play Aribo and Jack in the centre midfield position, and you could play Jones in the left with Kent in the right, and Hadji can through the middle, because that boy needs to be in the hole, Hadji. There's no point in putting him out in the right. Allbear's one of the biggest folk comes on here and says it. What's the point in sticking him out there? He's got all that creativity, and he's got all that talent. That boy's got to play in the hole between the midfield and the defence, and I think that's where we'd be better off. And I would really love to see Gerrard just gone for it, because at this point, what have we really got to lose? Do you know what I mean? We've just gone for it. We don't need 3 defensive midfielders on the park. And I'll take that to Bridgeman. And I know you're a biggest advocate, Bridgeman, for the 3-5-2, but what would you think of a 4-2-3-1?
Well, I think that's been put forward a number of times. I think GFK quite fancied that too at one time.
Yeah.
I think, in all honesty, a lot of guys are just looking for a bit of change. My honest opinion is for me, Ibrox, and I can only speak about Ibrox at the moment, I want a 3-5-2 Ibrox. We should never, ever, ever be playing 4 at the back. There needs to be a really good team, a really dangerous team when we play 4 at the back. It's only my opinion. We should be flooding from the defence, and it allows everybody to push up from the midfield up the way, not for the defence. I don't want Goldson running into the opposition half, trying to hit a ball for 35 yards across the pitch and it goes up for a corner, a goal kick or whatever. It's just crazy. So we need to do something. We need that nice change. Personally speaking, I'm an advocate of 3-5-2 football.
I would agree with you, Bridge, on that point, the 3-5-2. So why does our manager not do that? If he plays with 5 in midfield, that means we dominate the midfield. If we dominate the midfield, then it means our team's on the ball most of the time. That's not happening.
I don't know if you've got the defence, the 3 major defenders that have got 100% quality that you need to play 3-5-2 and confidence as well. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, there's a classic one, Stardog. Do you agree with this one? Any time that he's played a kind of run of games, this season certainly didn't give him a run, but any time he maybe played Katic 2-3 games on the trot, for me, the big guy is the best we've got in the air when it comes to corners. Goldson in the air, I'm sorry, he's absolute garbage. Therefore, if he plays him with Goldson, the games that he did play 2 and 3 games with him, for me, we won the games and we played all right at the back. We got away with the bits of danger that we did have coming towards us. He then dropped Katic because he made a bad mistake. Goldson makes 3 and 4 bad mistakes and he plays them day in, day out. Why is that?
Well, everybody knows on here what I feel about Goldson, but I mean, it probably is the most experienced centre-back we've got, but I don't like the fact that the young boys aren't allowed to make the mistakes and the more experienced professional is allowed to make the mistakes. Correct. I think there is a fault in that. Connor Goldson is 27, 28 years of age. These boys are 21 and 23. You would expect a couple of mistakes. For me, mate, Niko Katic is the most dominant defender in the league when it comes to the aerial threats. On the ground, mate, he's not too hot, but he doesn't try anything special. You never see him trying to dribble round folk. He likes to just kick it out of the park and keep it simple. But I'll take this to Port Vale next. Port Vale, any of Katic's mistakes has been really when he's been defending Golson's territory. Am I right in saying that?
Golson's always, I've spoke to you, he's all about this. I think Connor Golson passes the buck all the time. You'll always see him. See if a defender moves on to Golson, which often happens because I think the Golson's a target in their team. I think defence is no new to sit in between Golson and Tavernier because Tavernier's always bombing forward. Connor Golson's weak in the air, so their strikers or their forward player goes and sits on him. But you always see Golson moaning like hell to pull the other centre back. Come on over here and mark him so I can sit free. Why does he always want to sit free? Because he's not a dominant centre half. And I think he's been very lucky the fact that Helander got injured because I think maybe Gerard would think more about dropping Golson only for the experience matter. Like you said there, Stardog, he's the most experienced, like if you want to say organiser at the back. Whereas if Helander was fit, maybe you would see Helander on the left, which Bridgeman loves, and Katic on the right. You know what I mean? Maybe Golson would be so sound. I think that's the only reason maybe he's getting picked because he's the most experienced centre back at the moment, in my opinion.
And you come JFK?
I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, Connor Golson is probably our most experienced centre defender and that, but I just wish that, I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, what's happened with us, but I just wish that I gave the other guys a chance in different other games.
Yep.
And I know I'm criticising
on the right side, do you mean, Jimmy?
Aye, I know I'm contradicting myself there when I've always said a winning team you've got to keep playing, but I would like to have seen some others being given a chance. I'd like to see Polster come in. Obviously we've got the big boy Patterson's come in and done no a bad job at a game, but I'd like to see these other guys being given a chance to show what they could do. That meant then that if they were up to the task, then we had a natural cover for them. And we don't have a natural cover for Barisic. We certainly don't have one for Tavernier that we can rely on. And in the middle of the park, it's in the middle of the defence, it's a big mishmash now between Golson and Katic.
You could even go as far as saying we're running kind of short at the back as well, Jimmy. When it comes to centre backs, you know, if Katic or Edmondson gets injured, you're in a wee bit of danger there, aren't you?
Well, we've got a mash up there, Stardog, obviously. Katic, Golson, Edmondson, Hollander, you know, in that middle there. Take out the equation, Tavernier and Barisic. So you've got them in the middle there. You know, it'd been better trying some different ways to fit these guys in. And then if I mean, the manager told us they have a player for every position. That's all right saying he's got a player for every position, but he's got to make sure that the players that he's got for every position, if he's got two there, then he should surely make sure that they two are capable of just stepping in for the other. And that's the way I've always thought that Rangers done it. But this season they seem to have had the player.
Can I come in on that, Stardog?
Right there, Bridgeman. I think we've also been joined by Smurf. How you doing, Smurf?
Oh, Smurf, okay. How you doing, Smurf?
How you doing, guys? All right?
All right, pal.
I was just one of the boys was saying about. My point I was going to make was bringing on Jordan Jones. Obviously, he's before it took a wee while to get the Kent signing through. You know, get that transfer through, and Jones seemed to be the first pick. Come that disastrous first Old Firm game at Ibrox, where Gerrard got it wrong. I put that firmly at his door. The reason we lost that game was through his selection and the way he lined the team up that day. And then obviously Jones gets injured, and he seems to be, even though Kent's went on and lost form, 7 goals this season Kent scored, so that's £1 million a goal if you want to look at it like that. Jones has not got a look in. Now, it just seems very personality driven for outside. You know, you're no privy to things that go on in the dressing room and the inner sanctum, you know. But it just seems that he's very sort of personality driven. And I don't think it's his job to pick people he likes. It's his job to put out the best Rangers teams that the fans can get to see and that can go and deliver for the fans. That's Steven Gerrard's job. And I just think that he you know, this is a guy that's, you know, he's high values and ethics and morals. You know, you can the way he communicates, that comes across, and it just seems to me that maybe he's a little bit maybe judgmental and where he shouldn't be. You know, he could fall on his sword if he's not careful. He needs to. He's not there to like people. He's there to pick the best team to put on that pitch.
I'll let you take that one, Bridgeman. I'll let Bridgeman take this one because he was coming in before we brought Smurf in.
Thanks very much, Bal. Just to say that on the centre half pairing, as I've said this, we desperately need, in my opinion, we need Helander back and 100% playing before you can make a judgment on the rest. Because Helander, and to be honest with everybody, Helander can only play on the left. He's a left-sided centre half, and he can read a game. He can pass a nice ball. We're not saying he's the greatest centre half in the whole world, but he's better than anything we've got at Ibrox. That's for sure. As things stand at the moment, Mr. Goldson is the most experienced and probably has shown up at the present moment to be quite weak in certain parts of his game. How Katic, which is just only 3 weeks ago, Katic was in a nightmare in a couple of games and he got dropped. And I don't know if Katic is still available. He did come on against Hamilton, played no bad for the last 5 minutes or whatever it was. But I would love to see Helander playing with Katic to see what we've got. And then I would like to see Helander playing with Edmondson to see what we've got. And the last thing I would want us to see is to see him playing with Goldson, because that might just be the best partnership we've got. I desperately need our manager to think forward and say, we need one massive centre-half captain of our team. That's what I think. Might not happen, but I like it.
Jimmy, I think that was the point you were making about, you just kind of wish it had tried more folk out earlier on in the season, and I was kind of thinking that when I seen Jordan Jones coming on, because he was, for the wee cameo he made, he was pretty direct, mate. He made a couple of things happen, he drew a couple of fouls, and I just wish maybe that a lot of these boys had your posters, maybe Patterson's, likes we'll just talk about there, Jordan Jones, Greg Stewart, these boys, they've not really had a fair run, have they?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was contradicting myself, and I've always said that you should play your winning team, Stardog. But what I would like to have saw along the lines is players in all positions begin some sort of run out at some point in the season. I know before the Christmas, New Year, we were playing out our skin, we were beating everybody and anybody, and it was great. And I know the second half of the season fell flat, but I'd like to have seen him. He tells him we've got two players for every position, and I agree with Bridgeman saying. I'm looking forward to Helander coming back because he has that left-sided central defender that we're missing there. But I'd like to see him right through the team players. We know what Stephen Davis can do. We know what Alfredo can do, and but we need to make sure we've got two players for every position that don't make any big difference to the team. And I know that might sound silly to some people, but it happens everywhere else. You can see players dropping out and other players getting into that position, and it's as if they've never been away because they're comfortable. We don't have that luxury.
It's a true saying, Jimmy. You don't win a league with just 11 players, do you, mate? You've got to have a squad there to step up.
It's good to play your 11 that's winning, Stardog, but we still should have players there, and he's got the players there that should be able to step up and step into that position.
Now come in here, guys.
And we're not using it.
And you come.
Well, just as Jimmy's saying there you're saying that was Kent's 7th goal. Katic, I don't know how many games Katic has scored, but Katic has already scored 7 goals. He's playing at centre half. He's good in the air. Goldson, I don't know. I guess he's got one goal. I think he's got. How many times have you seen Goldson in the air in the opposing penalty box? The boys don't even go and target when they do come to him, and it's reasonably easy headers for a centre half. We're talking about squad players. He kept telling us he had 2 players for every position. At the moment, his latest presser is we're in trouble because Defoe is injured. Alfie's no on form, so therefore he's sticking with the likes of Kimberry. Now, Kimberry's only there on loan. We've already bought Greg Stewart. Greg Stewart come on, I think he's got 4 or 5 goals. All of a sudden, he's out the picture again. Now, I'm sorry, guys, I just don't get it. If we're playing with a squad, which we all know we've got to have a squad, doesn't matter, as Jimmy says, you're playing with a winning team, you play that team because they're winning. We know they went off for him. He still sticks to what he classifies his favourites. Now, we all know every manager's got their favourites. But the bottom line is, when somebody's making continuous mistakes, then they deserve to be dropped. Whether they're captain, whether you're your best goalkeeper, whether you're your number 1 player at the club, that's a good manager that does that. I'm sorry, our manager's failed in that response because he hasn't dropped the players that have went off for him, i.e. Tavernier, i.e. Goldson continuously. No, okay, it's not a question of moaning. We want to see our team progressing. At the moment, I don't see the progress, guys, including Europe, because the bottom line is in Europe, the last game, yes, we won it. We won it with 27 minutes to go when we were getting horsed. Yes, we won the game, and that's what it's all about, and it got us through to the next round. In all honesty, I've got to say this. For the life of me, I cannot see us winning this game on Thursday. I hope to goodness they prove me wrong. To look at positives, the positives I see is we've got players there that he keeps telling us they're there because they're part of the squad. But the fact is, guys, he'll not play them. He just won't play them because Stuart, for me, any time he came on, was getting goals. He was bringing other players into the game. All of a sudden, he's dropped. Yes, he brought Jones on there, and he did make a wee bit a bad difference on the left. He had to because the rest of the team was playing crap. So if there's players there that he's got in his squad, surely to goodness, our manager's got to turn around and say, well, I've got to bring these guys in now because the squad, the players that I'm playing, it isn't working. They've let us down. They've let us down time and time and time again. And certain players just seem to be walking into our shirts and they're not producing, guys. That's the facts.
I would go back to, I mean, Smurf, you can come in with that point, pal.
So a certain individual took his place because he wasn't playing bad. He wasn't no scoring goals. He was an international striker, and other teams were tracking him. He's a top class player, and was benched.
Yeah,
and what that does is it gets another 10-15% out of you. Tav has a bad game. Tav doesn't care. Jumps his Lamborghini and goes home because he knows he's getting picked for the next game.
Correct.
He doesn't care. Does not care. Why does he need to care? He doesn't even need to win anything.
And the same goes for Goldson. How many bad mistakes, guys? We can't cover this up. How many bad mistakes has he made in the last half dozen games? Come on, he's been ranked rotten, and yet he knows he's still walking onto that part of the full-lane game. That's just not right.
I think Blue Star, we all see it for what it is, and I think I speak for most of the Rangers fans that are on here and that listen in here. We were absolutely flying the start of the season, and I think half is maybe 70-80% of us thought this was going to be it. And I think we're so let down and we're so hurt and we're so angry at the team for their performances and how much they've just totally let us down. Not just by a silly wee game or a wee draw here and there. This has been 6 really, really hard weeks, mate, for the club, for fans as well. You know what I mean? And they really owe us a performance on Thursday night. This full week is a massive, massive week for us, and we can't hide away from it and we can't shy away from it, mate. But the fact is, it is what it is. We stood there, you likes yourselves stood there in the turns, the stands 5 years ago away to Brecon and that, and you must have hated where you were standing and couldn't believe what you were watching. But you stood there, mate, and you stood by it. And I think that's important that we do that. I think we need to stand by this team. We need to stand by this manager because they need the fans, mate. They will capitulate if the fans start turning on them. And I'm not saying anybody on here's turning on them. I'm just sending a message out there to everybody that goes to Ibrox. Keep singing the name of your team. Keep singing your manager's name. Keep cheering on for Alfredo Morelos, because you don't just become a bad manager and a bad player overnight. This team will come good again. I truly do believe that.
Can I come in?
I'll take that to you, Bridge.
Can I just say that based on what we saw at the second half, I thought when they made the switch and let Ryan Kent run on the right and brought on Jones to the left, Jones is the type of player that I'm looking forward to seeing. I think quite a tricky player. I'm not under no illusions. He might not be the greatest player in the world, and he might not even make it as far as we hope he does. But I thought it made a big difference to us. It gave us allowed, shall we say, Barisic to have another man to give the ball to or to run with, And I thought Jones does very well, and it made an improvement to me for the way we were playing. And when Kent did the business, got a good goal for me. Okay, a bit of a good deflection, but it's still a good goal for me. And that gives the team a wee build. Now we need to, from a fan's perspective, I believe, we need to get right behind the whole team, every single one of them, even the ones that made mistakes, even the ones that sometimes look pretty poor, and nobody look pretty poor to me sometimes. Well, we really need to get behind them now, and let's ease them back in again a wee bit to mollycoddling if you want, and sing their. I think you said this earlier, Stardog. Sing their names or whatever it is we do. Let's support them. Let's support them. We've got a huge game coming on Thursday, and we don't want to see terrible headlines, because you will see terrible headlines in the papers and the sort of, what do you call it, the social media and all that, about Rangers this and Rangers that, bad players this, bad players that. I want to just forget all them and just lift the players up as much as we can. Just go out there and do it. That's what we need to do. Support them, back them, because they deserve it.
And you come, Port.
I've got to echo what Bridge and yourself saying, mate. I think our team, and I right deservedly so, because of the form at the moment, but they're getting enough off of everybody, the media, other players, without us turning on them. Gerrard, for me, I'm on the train, mate. I won't get off it, because if you ask me, to try and replace that guy right now and bring in another unknown manager, another manager that thinks he knows a Scottish game, and then he tries a rebuild in the summer. At least Gerrard's been there for the last 2 years and stuck ways. And in my opinion, we're definitely, moved on from where we were 5 years ago. It's two all right wheels have come off a bogey after the Christmas period, 2 years in a row, which is very frustrating. Aye, definitely. But can you imagine trying, either he walks away or we sack him now, and we bring in a manager, then we've got to go try a new system, bringing in new players that the new manager's going to like. I just think that puts us back further, mate, and that starts another rebuild, which I don't want. I think Gerrard deserves another crack next season. I think he's done more than enough to get another crack next season. When you look at his 2 European runs, he's not the best domestic form, but that team the first 6 months for a match for Celtic, they played them off the park in the final, played them off the park at Parkhead. In my opinion, they were more than a match for Celtic. And do you know what was strange?
I think
Rangers might turn up again on Thursday, Stardog. That's the thing. Rangers might turn up again, which boggles your mind even more.
I think that's the frustrating thing. For likes of myself, likes of Jimmy and Blue Star and that, it's no against them, but we need to turn up. It is these silly wee points we're dropping here, there and everywhere, and it has become a common occurrence that happened to us last year. And for me, the signs were starting to appear really before Christmas. I mean, we were cruising, JFK, we were cruising at Aberdeen, 2-0 up, we were flying. And I think that's where it began.
I see it earlier, Stardog. I mean, we were all in here and we were all talking about our team's worth 100 million, this, 100. Train. I'm not backing away for that, But for whatever reason, the team are just not performing, and I keep saying it doesn't matter if we beat the puddle drinkers. At the end of the season, as long as we've got the championship trophy, and I know a lot of Rangers supporters that I've spoken to in many years gone by that they love to beat the puddle drinkers. Well, so they are. But if they beat you 4 times in that season and you still win the championship, that's all that really matters,
Yeah.
Because it's a get it up you then. No, but we're beating them and we're getting great results against Feyenoord and Braga and teams like that, Rapid Vienna, and it's absolutely fantastic. And then we come up against Hamilton and Hearts, and it's absolute rubbish to watch. Kilmarnock, the Sheep as well. The games are burnt in my mind now how it could have been, and that's what really annoys me more than anything. If we go
I think that's where most of the frustration comes from, Jimmy.
Aye.
For
If we
most
go
folk,
and
I
perform
think
as
that's
a
where
way,
the anger comes from.
we go out and perform against Bayer Leverkusen on Thursday and have a fantastic night again, and we do the same against the puddle drinkers, and I don't want it to paper out the cracks. I'm still behind Stevie G on the train, but I'm going game to game, as I say, because I think that there'll be a shout soon if we don't get the results that we want. And I'm willing to give him another season. I've said before, 3 strikes, and I think he should be out. I was hoping we could even have won the Scottish Cup this season, but it's waning on me. I'm thinking, if we finish less, the more than the 9 points for last season, then that's no progress for me.
No.
I know we've done well and we're in the last 16, could be in the last 8, but progress for me is in the championship. I want to win that more than anything. It would be fantastic if we go to the final of the Europa League. Make no bones about that. Maybe be shouting as loud as me.
Yeah. And you come, Smurf.
I just think that for me, there's absolutely no question. We've got to stick with this. This is a project. It's another step in our evolution, if you like, and another step in Stevie G's evolution. But he's got a core, and we've said this countless times on here. He's got a core, maybe 14 to 16 players that he sticks with, and a lot of also runs. And you can only call them that because when the team is capitulating and guys aren't turning up, he's reluctant to turn to these other guys and give them a game. So they need to be gone. And that tells me that the minimum credible standard of player that we've got is that core of players that he's got, that 14 to 16 players.
Yeah.
So therefore, what he needs to do is replace the surplus with better than the guys that he's currently got. You know, if we getting another right back, we don't need a Polster or a Flanagan that's going to be a backup. If you're what you need is you need somebody that's going to render Tavernier a backup, and then you're making progress.
Here.
Well, there's Stardog. They're the signing policy at the close season. Stevie G kept telling us anybody that he brought in was for the first team. They weren't going to be squad players. Now, if we know we're listening, and there's no a bigger fan of Stevie G than myself. I'm a bit like JFK in the sense that all I'm interested in, quite frankly, guys, is the league. We were pushing and we were at the top of the league with a game in hand which would have put us in front, same as last Christmas. We go abroad for a month and we come back and we fall flat. The bottom line is, as Gushy just said there, he has basically got 14, maybe 15 players, because see outside the 15, our manager doesn't rate the guys. Therefore, we don't have a squad of players at the moment. Close season, depending on where it finishes, if he's still there, because I'm sorry, guys, I've got my doubts. I guarantee you, if we get a doing on Thursday, I'm telling you now, our manager will not be there. I don't think he'll get pushed. I think he'll walk. 100%, I do.
Nah.
You're full of good news there, Stardog.
That's not me.
Bridge,
Don't blame me.
Sorry, pal. Sorry.
Bridge, that's the way I see it.
I'm the positive. I'm the positive one on here, Bridge.
Stardog. Sorry.
I call a spade a spade.
A blue star.
At the moment, I call a spade a spade. At the moment, I think some of our players are picking and choosing their games. I definitely do. And I hope they change it, and I hope they do go out and start playing for the manager. But at the moment, I just don't see it.
I think, can I just say, Blue Star, my apologies, Stardog. Can I just say, Blue Star, look, our team is business. They've lost, their forms fell badly, and they need to get it back. I don't think there's a case of them no trying. I doubt very much of it anyway. But they need to pick their form up. They need to get their form picked up. Simple. Somehow or other, the management, I've said it all the time, the management and the coaching have got to make sure these players get their form back. And that's as far as I'm concerned, that is what it is. Now, it's a big job. Anybody that plays football will tell you, when you get 2 or 3 players in your team and they lose their form, you will never, ever get it back by shouting and bawling at them. They need to be picked up and gone with it. They really do. It's not a case of they're not trying, in my opinion. Not all of them, anyway. It's a case of they need that time to just pick their form up and go on with it. That's what I think.
Would it be fair to say that, given the past couple of fixtures we've had, we all know Hamilton's tactics, we all know Hearts' tactics, Kilmarnock's tactics, they're never ever going to be pretty. Ross County, it's never ever going to be pretty. Do you think maybe that these games could be a wee bit of a relief? We're going to have an open pitch, it's going to be a game of football, and I really seem to think that this is when these players seem to show up. When it's a game of football, they don't have to worry about breaking teams down as much because they've not got the ball. It's a fight, it's a constant battle, it's end to end. And in Europe, we really have been a totally different team, and I don't think anybody would be able to disagree with me. The form in the league has been shocking, but on a European level, we've been putting off some special results, and they've gave us some fantastic nights at Ibrox, and I really think that given what's been going on and we get that result at the weekend there, I think we could be in for another special night. I really do. I'll take that to Port.
Ibrox on a Thursday night, mate, in Europe is rocking, and no hats off to the fans for doing that. But also, as some of what Blue Star says, they seem to pick their moments, and they seem to pick their moments in Europe. Sometimes I think there's a wee bit of arrogance about some of the players, i.e. like Goldson. I mean, trying to drag back inside his own box, suicidal. But he doesn't do it. He doesn't seem to do it in Europe. Against Braga, I gave him man of the match against Braga. He showed up. I've criticised him heavily on this show, but that night, in Braga, he was outstanding. The team seems to be showing up this year in Europe, and that's what I say. The mind boggles. If we show up again on Thursday and we play to the same level of the last half hour against Braga and the away performance against Braga, we'll be screaming for the rooftops, mate. Because Leverkusen are a top side. There's no getting away from it. They're a cracking side. But we're capable of that.
Guys, I honestly think we're playing better in Europe simply because of the style of football. I don't think we're correct. The players that we're up against in Europe kind of hang after you. They let you play with the ball, and a lot of our team like to be able to play with the ball. Where the struggle is when, as Tab said, although we didn't like our captain saying it, but the guy was telling the truth. He was saying what we all thought. As soon as we've got players in against us, in about us, a lot of our players, for whatever reason, they don't like it. Whereas when they're playing in Europe, the opposing team stay after you. And that's when our players are able to spray the ball about. And we do look a half-decent side. Yes, if that's the case, then why is it the first half of the season we were flying? Is it a case, Stardog? Do you honestly think maybe there's a bit in the sense that guys that have been playing 90% of the games, they become a bit tired. Therefore, the squad's not as strong because one manager then doesn't think the players that are backups are good enough. Therefore, they're not getting rests the way that they should maybe be getting rests. Is that a point?
My honest opinion, I think looking back now, and I'll go to Jimmy next for this. I think looking back now, we might have treated the first half of the season as a sprint rather than a marathon. And I don't think he gave the boys round about the first 11, 12, 13 a chance. And I don't think now he's got to that point where he doesn't trust them enough just to fling them on. Jimmy, do you think we treated the first season maybe a sprint and a marathon? Because we were flying, we did look unstoppable, and we were all singing the team's praises, and everybody was worth 8 million plus. That doesn't just fall away.
No, I'll agree to your point, as we were talking about earlier on, but because he was, I kept saying, and a lot of guys that were here were the same, keep playing the same 11, we're winning. And maybe we were too hard on him, maybe giving other players a chance, but he's still got to try, and there was cup games, the League Cup games and things like that. Look, nobody wants him to perform better than they do against Leverkusen and me, and Rangers wouldn't have surprised me if they went out and Thursday night and got a fantastic result. But that's still for me is paper near the cracks. I don't want to see us getting a rubbish game against Ross County and getting beat with Hamilton, getting beat with Hearts and these, and then getting beat Leverkusen, and then getting beat the puddle drinkers. That for me, that's no right. There's somebody. Why can you not lift yourself up?
Jimmy, does it?
No, why not lift yourself up for every game? Being a Rangers player is for every game, not just for the big games. That's no. But as a sprint and as a you might be right in that point, but he should have tried other players in their positions to make sure that he wasn't just making up the numbers of 2 for every position.
Plus the fact, guys, if that's the case, and I think there's a bit of that, and I think we all do, if that's the case, then surely to goodness, if he brought these other players in, and the likes of whether it's Tav, whether it's Goldson or anybody else for that matter, and he wants to give them a rest against a Ross County or a Hamilton, surely to goodness the guys that we still bring on should be more than capable of beating these teams. And that's not the case, guys, because we've seen it. They've absolutely fell flat. I know there's confidence in it. We all know there's confidence in it. But surely to goodness, confidence only takes you so far. The ability is the main thing. Our players just look, they know as if they don't even know one another. I still think there's a bit of, they're picking and choosing some of their games. I really do. I honestly do. And I think our manager does too. Because see when he's getting interviewed, guys, our manager's absolutely deflated. He looks pure sick. Whereas for me, he's been the best talker in the Scottish game that I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm hitting 60.
And you come
well, if you look at it, Blue Star, any one of them players that we're talking about, backups, like your Katic, Jordan Jones, Craig Stewart, they would all walk into any other Scottish team.
Absolutely,
the first teamers.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you're talking about quality, therefore, if Gerrard would have used the squad maybe a bit more sensibly, I get what you mean. and rotated a wee bit more, like Stardog saying, and give some of the guys rest when it was probably well overdue, because they were away playing a Thursday night, playing a Saturday, playing a Sunday, whatever they were doing. It was a hard old first 6 months of the season. I think we'd played the best part of 40 odd games in the first half of the season, like a season's worth of games in 6 months. You know, they were really pushed hard, the guys. And then he takes them away to Dubai and beasts them over there. In my opinion, I think he should have arrested them over there. That's just my opinion, because I think the guys gave us their all the first 6 months. I've got a wee element of, you know, maybe they've been overworked a wee bit. But I also think we've still got better players, and as I said, our players can walk into any other team in Scotland. But Gerrard just never trusted them, mate. I don't think enough to put them in, you know, and take Goldson out. And I think a big factor in the back line, as I mentioned earlier on, was seeing we lost Herlander. That was when Herlander and Goldson were playing together, that was starting to look like a really good partnership. Because Bridge, man, we're centre back expert. He was raving about the partnership. It was developing.
Absolutely, because the guy cost the best part of $4 million. You would expect him to be half decent, you know, and we never got it out of him because he got injured.
It was a good partnership. Goldson played quite well as well during that time.
That's what I mean. As a partnership, Bridge, man, they were outstanding together. And when you lost, it's effectively a base of your spine of your team. It's hard to lose.
Sometimes when you watch Goldson, when some of these things go wrong, it really looks bad. I mean, Poor Bears played a lot of football, and sometimes you look at Goldson and you think, I've played with better centre halves than him. You know, what is he doing? You know, and all of a sudden, he sometimes he turns, shall we say, attack into defence, and then it's a defensive blunder. But you know what gets me a bit upset about the whole thing is that we could end up attacking the opposition goal, and you're getting to something like 30, 35 yards from the goal, and you run into this double wall of defenders, and you can't get through it. They just seem impossible to get through. And we end up eventually passing the ball back to our goalkeeper. And I've always thought that's a bit of a waste of time. I'm not a tactical person. I don't quite understand half the things that they're doing. I'm not a modern tactical person, should I say. But I don't understand half the things they're doing. I always think that you better chip the ball into the middle of their defence and let them all fight for it, you know.
Stardog,
Stardog,
there's a point you made at the start of the season, and I listened intently because you said it umpteen times. You kept saying...
You're saying that you're one of my biggest fans?
Well, I like all of your points, aye. But you kept saying at the start of the season we were passing the ball, but we had players that were willing to run after the ball, right?
Yeah.
Now, see if you watched us recently. We have no drive in midfield at all. You tell me one player that you see getting the ball and running with it. They don't. They pass the ball and they pass it sideways and they pass it backwards. The only player we see running with the ball is Kent. Our midfielders don't run with the ball. Jack doesn't run with it. Davis doesn't run with it. They've all been getting the ball and passing it sideways or backwards. There's nobody driving.
Stephen Davis has never been a goal scorer, mate. He's never been a centre back either. You know, he's always been just the finished article in midfield, mate. He'll take the ball in any situation. He'll take care of the ball. He's always decent in possession. Glenn Kamara, this is why I think the formation should change, because I think Steve Davis can do what Glenn Kamara is supposed to be doing. I think Joe Aribo showed glimpses yesterday. I think he was looked like the only person from midfield that was willing to take folk on. He looked as if he was willing to make things happen, but again, you're going back to the movement up front. Alfredo Morelos' movement wasn't the best yesterday.
Yeah.
Kamberi come on. Kamberi Kamberi looks sharp for me. Kamberi looks as if he's willing to make things happen, even if it's not going his way. He's willing to dig in there and he's going to try. I mean, the wee muck up they had with the goalkeeper at the corner, he was unlucky there. If that goalkeeper hadn't played that he was injured, you know, he was up there and he was through and goal. He's a hard worker, Kamberi, and I would maybe like to see the two of them going up front. I know I said about 4-2-3-1, but you know, you could play a different formation and you could have the Hadji sitting behind Kamberi and Morelos up front. I just think it's time to change something, mate, and I would like to see us cut out the middleman, like you're saying there with the passes. We need to be more direct with the ball, and we have to have runners going into the box. I mean, sometimes yesterday, Alfredo Morelos was isolated to sell in the box. Hadji wasn't nearly at the races yesterday, but again, he wasn't getting the ball in any decent positions. Anytime he did get the ball and turn somebody on, he was getting hacked down. So he's going to have to get used to that, you know, and start trying to adapt his game. But for me, that boy's got to play through the middle. I'll take that to Jimmy.
Aye, I know what you're saying there, mate. But when I'm looking at players that are out on loan that he should maybe a no put out, and I'm maybe being made to look silly in the fact that Greg Docherty. I watched Greg Docherty last week playing for the Spin Burners, and I tell you,
Why did he not get a chance with us, Jimmy? Because
well,
I'm in the same boat as you with that, Ian.
the story I got that is he battered the manager's door down. I think the Billy Big Boot. So that might be one of these silly stories. But Jamie Murphy's nine games for Burton Albion. I know it's in the first the League One England. He scored 5 or 6 goals for him. I watched the highlights of one of his games the other night there, and although they get beat 3-2, but you know, it's been released today that Ojo is not going to get they're not going to take the option up of buying Ojo, which I think we're all quite happy about that.
Yeah.
If he's going to bring guys like Jordan Jones and Kamara and players like that and Greg Docherty, and as I say, that maybe makes me eat my word. He needs to give him a chance.
Yeah.
He needs to start giving him a chance.
100%, Jimmy.
See if he gives him a chance and it goes tits up, as they say, then we can put our hands up and say at least you tried. But for me, the Conor Golson thing is wearing thin with me. The Tavernier thing, for me, no, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon that he shouldn't be captain and all that, but I just think his distribution has been poor. I listened to the show last night's show today, and I heard Bridgman say about Barisic and I'm not wanting to be any disparaging to Bridgman, but I can't see where he thought that Bridgman had done. I think I maybe picked him up, but I think he had an excellent game. I thought his distribution was poor the whole 90 minutes. So that's a worry for me for next season. Look, we can forget about this season, obviously, as far as the league's concerned. We all know that. But hearts and heads are telling us something different. But we need to look to next season and get it right and get it, whoever the manager is. And let's hope it is Stevie G. That it doesn't go bad at the end of the season and we end up 15, 16 points behind in the last game. But for me, he needs to sort out the left back and right back. I think that the centre defence is very much kind of sorted as long as Hollander gets a run in the team. And unfortunately, get that injury. The middle of the park, I agree with you. I'd like to see Stephen Day. Stephen Day's still got another season or two left with. I'd like to see him come deeper into the inno, and I would like to see try the formation that Stardog's talking about and try and change it a bit. Change it for every team that we play if we've got to do that. Because for me, it's certainly not working at this moment in time. And we'll probably they'll prove me all wrong and Thursday night and probably beat Leverkusen 2 or 3-0. Which I hope they do. But for me, it's kind of waning a bit. I'm getting a bit fed up. There's too many decent players out that should maybe never get a chance. And that includes Jamie Murphy in it. Jamie Murphy's coming up for 31, Blue Star. But no, I'm not just because he went to my local school and that. And
he's got ability, Jimmy.
Of course he has. And I think he should maybe get a... I think maybe the injury he got has maybe clouded the manager's judgment. And we'll just need to wait and see. But I'm hoping he's got maybe a season left in him for next season. Greg Docherty, he's made me eat my words. I know he was playing for the Spoon Burners and it was against the watery farts, as Stardog calls him, but he scored a goal and I thought he did an immense game. And
Stardog, I watched Greg Docherty intently before we got him, and I said numerous times on here, Jimmy will tell you, and Bridgman will tell you, I said numerous times I would love to have seen us signing him for the simple reason he's got a brilliant engine on him. He can run for a full 90 minutes. He had a great impact in taking the ball for his defence and running right through the midfield and getting into attack. Then when we signed him, I think he maybe gave him a couple of wee bit starts. He never ever played him in the right position. And I'm sorry, Stevie G, for me, sometimes he has been at fault for that. He's had good players, but he never ever seemed to play them in the positions that the guys were used to playing in. You watch Docherty the new with Hibs, and I'm telling you, he's totally transformed their midfield altogether. And you're looking at him and you're going, the wee guy can run all day. And this is what I'm coming back to you with, Stardog, because you always said you were a bit of a runner in your game. You look at our midfield now, I don't see any drive for any one of our 4 midfielders if he plays 4 across the middle. It's a case of them getting the ball and passing the ball out to wingers. I love a midfield where players run with the ball and go at the opposing defences. And at the moment, I don't see that for our team at all.
And there's no drive.
I'll let you come in. I'll let you. I'll let you come in with that bridge, and then we're going to go to a tune, and we're going to take it away by Mr. Foxy.
We've said these. I'm listening to the guys speaking there, and yes, it's quite a bit of concern in a lot of the guys' voices. And for whatever reason, most of us have got our own concerns about the Rangers. I'm just looking forward to Thursday. We came off a really, really bad run. We've got a wee game, we sort of 3 points in our back pocket there, and we didn't play exceptionally well. But the teams seem to have grasped how we play, and they've found a way to shall we say, get in our faces and put the pressure onto our defenders. And the way our defenders are playing, they're not really making a great job of it. However, we're getting there, and providing we can continue that and build on it, hopefully training will do things for them as well. I'm looking forward to Thursday night. I want to see my team play well. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I don't see the same team that was there last season, before, just at the new year. The boys are all there. A couple of wee injuries here and there, but the boys are all there in reality. And we should be able to, somewhere along the line, get the management and the coaches to get the form back and let the boys play football and get them back to smile on their faces. That's what I want. I want to go out there and, against that mob of Leverkusen and have a right good game. I don't want to go out there and get a tanking. That's what I don't want. I want to go out there, play good football and win the game. That's what I want.
Anyway, gentlemen, get yourselves in mute and we're going to have a tune. Take it away, Fox.
Argyle so young, to Glasgow City to come, seeking fortune and the new way of life. How could they all know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, when here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your hearts and voice. We celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
Thanks for that, Fox. Never the back.
54 titles and still going strong. Yes.
Yeah,
Told you.
good one.
Voice of an angel, that man. Voice of an angel. So, I mean, we'll just go back to where we were starting after there before the tune, guys. I mean, look, we've all spoke about it in depth. The performance wasn't great. Certain players have made a lot of mistakes. One player we've not covered yet in the show is Alfredo Morelos. I think it's kind of it's a similar circumstance as it is with the team. We know he's not in form. He looks a yard or two off it now. But for me, he was the main man at the start of the season, and for me, that's another guy's name I would like the Rangers fans to start singing again for the rooftops. I think we need to get behind this boy because this is a huge week for us, and he's got 3 games, and he only needs 1 goal in these 3 games, and his season could change again because he's a striker, and that's what it's like being a striker. 1 goal, mate, and your confidence can just flow back to you. So, I mean, what do you think about that, Jimmy? 1 goal could change it for him, couldn't it?
It could, mate, but I can't remember who it was that said earlier on, if it was Blue Star, used the analogy about when we brought number 10, I kept calling Morris Johnson to Ironbucks, and Alan McCoist was on the bench.
Yeah.
Alan McCoist didn't take the huff, mate. He sat and he did what he had today. But look, when you see Alfredo Morelos, I know he's not he's always seems to be looking that way. He doesn't want to smile and that, but what I noticed yesterday when he came off the bench, I know it might not be a big thing, but he didn't acknowledge anybody. He didn't shake hands with anybody. He just took the
That's the coronavirus thing, Jimmy.
Well, maybe it is, mate. I don't know.
It is, mate. It is. You're not allowed to.
No, I'm talking about your own team. You never.
Yes,
you're not allowed to do it.
Oh, come on.
The team's been banned from handshaking.
All right, okay. Right. I was in a pub today and I must have shook about 100 hands,
no,
right?
The team.
Oh, come on. Come on, he never acknowledged it. He never got a pat in the back by the gaffer.
Jimmy. They're banned from doing these things. So
I'm not talking about that. The manager sat in his seat, didn't even get up and acknowledge him, pat him in the back. Never mind shaking hands, never pat him in the back, never done nothing. Well, nobody wants Alfredo Morelos to score goals more than Addy, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's not happening for him now, right? And I said last week that I dropped him and I'd have played Canberra. I know Canberra didn't have a great game yesterday either, but he needs a wee lesson here, right? He needs a wee lesson in humility, right? He thinks he's a better player than what he actually is. Alfredo Morelos was worth 20 million to all he is here before the new year. You'd be lucky to get 5 for him now the way he's playing. He's a stone overweight. He's slow. He's no doing the same fighting for the ball. He's no looking interested. I know that we can all say he's got other problems with the carry on with the so-called whatever was put under his car, iron ore, and the secret detectives shouting all that. The fact of the matter is he's not playing well for Rangers, so he should be dropped. Simple as that. No one man is bigger than the team. And never mind all this coronavirus rubbish and all that crap. We're talking about that. He wasn't acknowledged when he came off the park.
I think we've been joined again by Smurf and you come.
Aye, so it was me that made that point earlier, Jimmy, and at the time, if you remember, we had Haitley as well, and it was, in the days, it was a 4-4-2, wasn't it? And it was, little and large act, wasn't it? It was he who shall not be named or McCoist, right? And ultimately, we don't play that way now. Defoe's injured for whatever reason. Alfie's not kicking the ball, and we're scratching about trying to get a third striker, and we bring a guy who can't get a game for Hibs in, right? No, he's done well. I'm no decrying the guy because I actually think his attitude's been great, etc., and he's done great. He scored a great goal as well. But we should never be in that predicament. We're Rangers.
Yeah.
We are Rangers. We should never be in that predicament, and we shouldn't be beholden to anybody. You know, you go back 20 years ago or whatever, he wouldn't even get on the bench.
Yeah.
So I think we need to sort of look at the signing policy. We know this is Steven Gerrard's team. The problem we've got is investment.
Yeah.
We need to sign 6 players. That core that he's got, we need to sign 6 players or 7 players that are better than who we've currently got.
Yeah.
And we're probably and Canberra's no good enough. Alfie is proven to be good enough, and Defoe's past it. We need to go and sign 2 strikers.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And this season's proved that. We need to. I think Alfie's brilliant at that, playing on your own, you know, and maybe, you know, the sort of the 3 at the top sort of thing, playing as a central lone striker. But we need 2 guys that can play together, and all. And
100%.
And because you can't. Everybody's saying, well, Stevie G can't change it. We can't change it because he doesn't have the personnel to change it. Doesn't have the actors to change it.
And you come
squad.
So it's like, was you saying to me, aye?
Yep, Port Bear.
Aye, no, I have to echo what Smurf saying there. I think that's the biggest problem, lads. I don't think he doesn't think he's got the personnel to change the formation. I think if he thought and trusted the personnel, he would have changed something by now. I don't believe for a minute he's so stubborn that he's just going to stick with a 4-3-3 just for the sake of that's all he's got to play with. I think if he had any other options, he would have tried it. But I just don't think he trusts the squad to go 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, whatever. I think we're getting overrun in the middle of the park. I think our engine room's absolutely knackered. You know, we're missing Jack for a couple of games. You've got to remember, we've had injuries to right important players. Alfredo, suspension. Jack get injured, you know, just after Christmas. You know, we're doing it to bare bones. Helander get injured. Big players in the first 6 months, you know, the team. And they all went through different periods of, you know, fitness issues, injuries, loss of form. So I just think at the moment we just need to stick by what we've got. The form will return. When? I don't know. I mean, if we knew that, we'd probably sit beside Stevie Gerrard, to be honest with you. But I just think we just have to stick by him. It's all we've got to the season. We can't change it. We can't buy anybody. That's what we've got in the squad right now is what we've got. I think Jones could have a wee bit of an important part to play. I think if he's available and gets straight up to match fitness, he could be the answer on that left hand side because I don't think we're direct enough. I think we rely too heavily on our fullbacks providing the width. And right now, their 2's delivery, the fullbacks, is shocking. And that's another reason Alfredo's not getting the service. I had you on the right hand side. He's no pace. Hadji's not the quickest player in the world, but he's probably the most skillful and elegant football and brain we've got. So you need to get him in the middle somehow. I keep saying it, but I would build my team around him. But do we have the personnel in the squad now to build our team around him? I don't know, because I think if you play in the middle, you need to play 2 strong holding midfielders to let him go and just express himself over at the top end of the pitch. More or less let him run the front half himself. But the problem is we've got at the moment, we've far too many players that are actually off form, and it's so hard to get form back when the team's not playing well.
Bridgeman, if people want to join us, where can they get us?
Well, they can get us at 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Port Bear?
Join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and you'll be brought into the call by Fox, and enjoy yourself. Talk all things Rangers.
Absolutely. Can I just follow on with what Port Bear was saying there?
You can indeed.
It's just to say that, you know, when you do lose form, guys, when you're playing football and you lose form, it's a nightmare for you. And that's what's happening with probably 4 or 5, at least 4 or 5 of our players. And when the people around about you are a bit off form, and it affects everybody. It actually does. So I think we're going through a really, really bad patch. However, I'm not stupid. It could, in fact, be that something's happened to when we were in a close season. Maybe something serious has happened that's caused some of this, you know. which we've never been able to pick ourselves up from. But we need to do it now. We're back into Europe again. Let's go out there and let's see what we can do. That's all we can do. But seriously, if we're out of form, we're out of form. It's no any individual's fault. I think poor old Alfie is getting abuse everywhere he goes, no matter what it is, whether it's on the street, they're shouting and bawling at him, giving him this, that, and next thing. And they know what they're doing. It's targeted attacks on the boy. And he must be fed up with the whole thing. So I don't know what he's going to do to get there. I don't know what Rangers can do to help him. But we need to help him. We need to pick his game back up. Get him back onto the goals. That's what we need.
I think Bridgman sometimes in his game, I think this is a frustrating thing for the fans. Sometimes he makes silly fouls, be petulant, and it doesn't really do himself any favours. But I mean, you made a great point there about the abuse he gets in the streets and things like that. I mean, could you imagine you were a 23-year-old boy for a foreign country coming into?
He might have been locked up in the castle right enough, but but he moved to Edinburgh, right?
Are you all Bears, Wayne?
I don't know. I never knew my dad. But what was I going to say? No. Move. You know what I mean? Do something. You know, don't back him. I was going to say something I'm not going to say where he stays, but at the end of the day, you know, don't stay where you're currently staying. You know what I mean? That's a nonsense. You know, move somewhere where you can. It's not like you can't afford it. You know what I mean? Move somewhere that's a bit more sensible, where you're going to get a bit of breathing space. You know what I mean?
The club mentioned that.
Sail away for the fishbowl.
Aye, 100%. Move.
Should the club not been doing something about, lads? Should the club not have seen this? And they must see it, because I see it all over Twitter and all the social media. Some of the abuse he gets. Should the club not say to him, "Come here, you in a minute. We need to speak to you. We think you should move. Look, move to this area. Move him beside maybe an experienced player." I mean, Alex Ferguson was famous for it at Man United, moving players almost to the same area where he lived to keep an eye on them. You know, so that they were not out partying, not being stupid, and taking care of them. Taking care of your investment, more or less, isn't it?
Morelos is staying in private residences. You know, they're gated residences, and still that guy got into tamper with a car allegedly. So it's really difficult. And they it's walking along the street. That's not just a Glasgow thing nowadays. It's anywhere. You know, there's certain people who just hunt these people out. Look at was it the goalie get caught up in the bookies in Aberdeen. Aberdeen. He's in the bookies in Aberdeen, and they get waylaid. I'm just saying, no matter where they are, they'll be recognised by loonies that want to abuse them in some way. That's all.
Nah, well, I don't know. I think you've got to be. I think you've got to be a wee bit more cerebral about it, and I think you need to, you know, move somewhere where you can get a bit of breathing space. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just common sense.
I can agree with that to a certain extent, you know. But look, as Bridgman said there, I mean, he's in a gated community wherever it is in Glasgow, and he should be protected. Yep, I know that there's players that can't go out and enjoy their night out unless there's some idiot shouting and bawling at them. But we can't be making that an excuse for Alfredo Morelos. I know that you could probably make some sort of excuse, some part of it, but for me, no, he's not been at the races. So I mean, I'm not going to blame it on what's happening 100% outside of football. You know, there's better players than him. I've had things going wrong in their life and that, and they still got on with it. So I'm not buying that one. You know, Alfredo will not get a transfer for Rangers at the end of the season, because I don't think MD will come in for him. I think his discipline is very, very poor, and I think the managers let us down by not replacing him because of what he's done. But that's just my opinion on that. I wouldn't play him on Thursday. It just didn't look at it. But that's just my opinion. But I'm not wearing this, because there's people having a go at him. There's better players than him that have been in worse situations and they've just got on with it. So, I think it's a move on with that one for me. I'm not buying that one.
I suppose, Jim, when you're playing at a club like Rangers, you've got to have a strong mentality, and it is a mentality thing. You've got to be able to get all these wee things that are happening in the street. I would like to think he'd be able to take a bit of abuse. He's been here 2-3 years now, you know what I mean? He's been here long enough now, and it is a mentality thing, and you've got to have a strong will and strong mentality to play with this club anyway. And I think, given what's been happening the past couple of weeks, you know, we're on agreement here. There is 4 or 5 players that have showed that they've not got that mentality. But I would play Morelos on Thursday. I'll take this to Blue Star next. I would play Morelos on Thursday, and Bridgman made the point a couple of weeks ago about Ryan Kent. You've got to play him through it. I think you've got to do the same with Morelos. I really do, because one goal does change this boy's season, and it could change our season as well. It could change your fortunes if he gets on the form that he was on in the first half of the season. Blue Star?
I think he dropped out, mate.
And you come then, Smurf?
I think if I was playing him, I would. I don't know if I'd play him for a start. I mean, I know what you're saying. You've got to play through things, but you know he's got a stone to play through, and he's not going to get rid of it in 90 minutes. So I'm not sure if he's even fit enough for it, to be honest. But we'll wait and see what happens. I don't think he'd last the full game. He looks sluggish to me anyway. Doesn't look fit. But what's the alternative? You know, that all goes back to it's a no-brainer because he's all we've got.
Yeah, that's it. Bridgman, obviously, we're not wanting to get into the team on Thursday night too much. We'll do that Tuesday and Wednesday show. But as in terms of just Alfredo Morelos himself, you made the point about Ryan Kent a couple of weeks ago. Play the boy through it. Would you go down the same route with Alfredo Morelos, Bridge?
Oh yeah, look, on his form, when he's on form, to me he's the best player we've got. Oh, like I reckon he's the best player in Scotland, without a doubt, and one of the best players in the whole United Kingdom. I think he's a smashing player. He brings people into the game when he's concentrated. His touch is brilliant. He can hold everybody off. He's strong as an ox. I don't know how much, if in fact he is overweight. He kind of looks a bit sluggish, but I don't know whether that's just forming. And people like Portbear knows a wee bit more about these things than I, because he was a midfielder / attacker, and these guys know what their best sort of fitness is. When I look at him, I think he's slightly overweight. I'm not dead sure how much, but he could certainly do with sharpening up. But that just might be form. It just might be match fitness. That's all it might be. Eyeball coordination, you've all heard of that. Sometimes when your eyeball coordination is a bit off, which is basically match fitness, and you saw a couple of times there when he went to get the ball, his touch wasn't there. Hit the top of his foot and bounced away. So these things happen, and they're a killer. They're a killer. So we need to play him. We need to let him play through it, and we need to carry him a wee bit. That's the way I look at it.
The whole team's doing that, Bridgman. If you look at it, I mean, all their first touch at the moment looks.
Absolutely.
Again, it's confidence, fitness. You know, some players. I think it's a bit of both. Alfredo, I think he is carrying a wee bit extra timber than he was the first half of the season. But his confidence is shot to hell because his first touch, everyone's bouncing off him. Whereas before, everyone was stuck in tight. He would take it into his chest and he was like a bear holding people off. But everyone's coming off his thigh, coming off his knee, coming off his shin. He could have trapped a bag of totties at the moment. And everyone's bouncing away from him. And it's so frustrating. And then he gets wound up by stupid wee decisions that Jimmy's right, he should just walk away from. He'd do the best thing he can do is stick a ball in the back of that pocket and smile. You see this, Stardog? Stick the ball in the back of the pocket and laugh, smile, walk away. It's the best way a striker can shut fans up, referees up, teams up, and get them off your back. And the strikers live for goals. In my opinion, strikers live for goals. But it happens when they're banging, that ball at the back of the net. And I agree with Stardog. But if he gets his first goal, you're going to lift him. And if you keep playing him, that's when his match fitness will come back. He will lose that wee bit of timber. He needs to try, obviously, maybe he needs to try a wee bit harder in training. We know there's some background stuff going on. But in my opinion, it's been going on for ages. You should be over it by now. Man up a wee bit. I have to agree a bit with Jimmy with that. He has to man up a wee bit and be more, mentally strong-minded. You see that with yourself, Stardog. So he has to be taken aside, I think, and have a wee word in his ear, because I think I've said this to you, Stardog. I think he's messing with his own career here, because yet again, he never got a move last year. Any of the teams that we all thought might come in for him because of disciplinary issues, and his attitude sometimes is very questionable. And the same thing's happened again this year. And again, I believe a boy can play in Germany,
This
Spain,
is the
or
Vodafone
England.
voicemail service
But at the
for
moment, he's messing with his career. And I
0740.
think he needs a wee in him and spoke to and say, look, wee man, if you want these dream moves, you need to buck up your attitude because it's, and you're disciplinary because it's going to ruin you.
Can I ask you a question, Paul Bear, on what you were saying there about you just need to score goals or win the games? See, we won a game at the weekend there. Now, I haven't seen a newspaper, I haven't read anything about them, I haven't even seen the news and in television, which I normally watch, about it. But can I just ask you, do you think, do you think, or do you know, if we were given praise for winning a game and getting over our hurdles, or were we slagged by the pundits in the press for being a crap team?
I'm going to be 100% honest, Bridgeman. I don't have to sort of leaf at Oxford's book.
Okay. Right.
I do not touch or read any other stuff apart from your stuff. So
I'm
I
just
could
wondering
tell
if
that the other boys might be able to do that.
The panel then could answer that if they've seen
Can I
the
come on
papers.
that and be honest?
This is
and I'll
the
take it to
Vodafone
Jimmy
voicemail
after, I'll
service
take it to Jimmy after
for
this. I personally don't believe a club like Rangers should be getting praised for beating clubs like Ross County, mate. I think that's standard. Jimmy?
I agree. Yep.
I did see a lot of things. That was it negative? Yes. Was it warranted? Yes. We were poor? Yes. We got praise regarding Alan McGregor. Yes, it was merited. Stephen Davis was merited as well. Probably a Rebo. Yep, it was. I wouldn't say it was negative as in derogatory against Rangers. It was merited. We were poor. We won. We were very, very poor. I mean, you should take that in the chin. So, I mean, that's the way it is. And when we know when we do win well, the other team always get, they were rubbish and we should have won that by that amount anyway. But the praise it was good to us was very slight at the weekend, and I would agree with every minute and word there. We were rubbish and we won the game. But this is the games that we should have been winning against Hamilton and Hearts. Being rubbish and winning wins you titles. So we've not been able to do that after the new year. So that's why we're in this position. But the credit that we got, which was very little, was warranted.
I made the point in Blue Star, getting praise for beating teams like Ross County. That's not really, shouldn't really be the Rangers' way, should it be? The standard, we should be beating teams like Ross County, like Jimmy just mentioned there. That's the standard for our club. We should be beating teams like that. And any criticism that was put in the papers or whatever on the news about the team, it probably was merited because we weren't at it again yesterday. But the good thing is, we didn't come away with losing points again. We didn't make that terrible mistake. We managed to keep a clean sheet for the first time. We got the goal eventually, albeit a deflection. But I say that, and I'll say it again: you don't shoot, you don't score. I like Ryan Kent on the right yesterday. So it's you're just trying to take as much positive out as you can. Not Blue Star, Smurf. Sorry. Just trying to take as much positive out as you can, aren't you? Really?
You've got to. When you're devoid of confidence and looks like you're not going to be successful and you're looking for positives, you've got to cling on to any wee nugget you can. We went out there, we went up there. It's a terrible surface, scrappy game, wee tight pitch, and by hook or by crook we've managed to come away with the points, and it's crucial. And it's not just crucial for getting the points on the board. It's crucial coming into this European tie as well. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And hopefully that Jones, when he came on, he looked like he'd added a wee bit of freshness to us, and hopefully it can be the catalyst for change going forward. Hopefully,
he's direct, Smurf, isn't he? That's the thing with Jones here. He is direct. He commits people. He commits defenders, and that's what we need.
That's it. He's gonna commit them, and it's not even the final ball, the final prod. He's always enticing that free kick, that foul. It's making something out of nothing. And it's all right, all your trickeries and that. We can't try to get a wee yard here and then jink the other way and all this kind of stuff. But when somebody's aggressive and fast and direct, penalty kicks and stuff like that, that there's always a chance of something like that, and then you've got a chance of getting something for a set piece, and defenders don't like that. Nobody wants somebody running at them direct. Nobody.
If you ask any player that, they'll tell you that they hate pace and somebody running at you direct because you're running backwards. So
Of
you know,
course,
you're
aye.
uncomfortable right away. And I think we do that enough. I've said this. See this side-to-side passing, Smurf? It's so frustrating. I sat in the stands at Ibrox in Hamilton game, and I'm watching him passing side to side, and all Hamilton kept doing every time we did this, because we're slowing the game right down, and then we're giving them a chance to reset. So they've got then their back five again, and their four, and even their striker sits on the halfway line, and we're still, they're going right defence. They're saying to Goldson, you have it, you pass it back and forwards, and side to side and back to Goldson. Have it up there.
I do
They're-
all
they're
day
happy.
long. All
Because
day
they
long.
think, they know there's a mistake in Rangers, and that's the thing. I know Stardust we didn't make it during the week, but other teams know as well there's a possible mistake in Connor Goldson, for talking sake. That's why they want him on the ball. In my opinion, they allow him to have the ball because they know he's capable of a scary moment, let's just say.
Ox has said that many times on here. You know, if it was him, he would be targeting Goldson and be very direct at him. He's said that himself. There is a mistake in him. But in saying that, against Braga and away in Porto, two of the best central defensive performances of any Rangers centre half this season was Goldson. He was immense on Porto, and he was immense in Braga as well. I think Porto was his best game in the Rangers jersey when he was played earlier. He was immense, and so if he's got that in him, and he has got it in him, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to deliver it. He's done it in Braga, so again, no, you know, that's confirmation it's in him. How? For what reason can he not consistently do that? If he sticks to defending and his concentration levels are there, then there is a good player there. There's two good performances that you can look at, and not just good. I mean, brilliant performances. So, you know, is it a case of is there a bit of arrogance there? Does he think he's Rio Ferdinand? You know, is it a disregard or a disrespect to the opponent, where he's getting his pants pulled down? You know what I mean, like he did against Hamilton. Do you see what I mean? So I just think a wee bit less arrogance for him, and you know, you're no half the player you think you are. You know, you're a legend in your own headspace, nowhere else. You know, just stick with the programme, concentrate.
Aye, win someone here.
Can I come in on that
Win
one?
someone here.
Sorry,
And you come, Bridge?
I was just going to say, I agree with what Smurf was saying there. I think Goldson, I must admit, I'm kind of backing Goldson most of the time. I understand he's got his weaknesses, but I do back him. I think he's a smashing footballing type centre half where he doesn't have to make too many tackles. Somewhere along the line, he can actually play a wee bit of football out for the back because that's what he wants to do. But there's parts of that. I think one, he goes too far up, and two, he goes too far back. I think he ends up way back near the byline, and he wants to do a wee passing game with the goalkeeper. And the two of them when the ball gets near them and the defender's next to them, the two of them panic a bit, you know. So yeah, that's a big weakness there. But I do like it.
Anyway, guys, if people want to join us, the number is 0141 356 1972. Where else can they join us, JFK?
You join us on Skype at rangersradio.online.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for...
And you'll be brought into the call by our man Fox.
Excellent. What can they talk about, Port Bear?
All things Rangers.
Everything about the Rangers.
It's all about the Rangers.
It's all about the Rangers. It was all about the win. For looking back yesterday, I know we've done it a wee bit tonight, but you know, it really was all about the win yesterday. I would so much prefer get into these fixtures the next couple of games with a win on our backs and try and gather some sort of confidence. I mean, we have been two very different sides when it's become a European level this season. We've been two different teams to watch, and as much as it baffles me, I can't help but look forward to Thursday a wee bit. I think it's going to be a great game of football. There's going to be some right talent on show up at Ibrox. There's going to be some right top class players coming. You know, that team's worth an absolute fortune compared to us. I think they could buy our team 5 or 6 times there just with 3 or 4 of their players. So I'm looking forward to it. I really hope the team can turn this round and give the fans something to shout about, because you know,
20 million and all the rest of it, and this team's worth this, that, and the other. That's what playing for Rangers is all about.
Correct.
That is the measure. That is the measure of a Rangers player.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
You know what I mean? And these guys need to sort of, you know, get the programme, concentrate, realise who they're representing. You know, this is it doesn't matter who you are, Alfredo Morelos, any of them.
Yeah.
They'll never
Take a step back
ever,
and maybe realise where you're for a minute, because you'll never get a club like this, innit?
You'll never play for a bigger club in your life.
Do you think there's any danger with this coronavirus thing for these games? Do you think there's any danger at all?
Yep.
Not here, not tomorrow, but I think maybe the away leg would probably be played behind closed doors.
It might not even be played at all, guys.
They've cancelled all sport in Italy now.
Do we really think that's going to happen?
Italy,
Yeah, guys.
The whole of Italy's on shutdown, and they say the German Chancellor said a decision will be made in closing down Germany in the next 72 hours. So there might not even be a chance to play the game behind closed doors. Italy said that there's no games going to get played that's got any more than 1,000 people in it. So, but that's FITBA's just a part of life, you know. So we just need to wait
official,
to see.
Jimmy? Is that official?
Italy's shut down. It's on the news at 10 tonight. Italy's shut down. The whole of Italy is shut down.
Aye, no gathering.
Anyway, guys, I think we've been joined by Blue Bear. How you doing?
How you doing, boys? How you doing?
All right, Blue, how we doing, mate?
No bad, lads. Another good night tonight, lads. Enjoying the show. Just sort of give a wee bell.
Thank you. What's your thoughts on yesterday, Blue Bear, and the week ahead?
My thoughts on yesterday? It was so like all the other last few 5-6 games that we've had away from home or whatever else. Yeah. We seem to be getting plenty of chances, you know, half chances more than anything else, and battering away. I mean, we've been hitting other goalkeepers, it's hitting them in the elbow and it's hitting them in the toe and all the rest of it. I think we've just been really, really unlucky in a lot of ways. I'm not saying we've been playing good, and I'm not saying I'm happy with the way we're playing or anything like that. And I agree with everything pretty well that's been said about Morelos and all the rest of it, and the same about Goldson. I mean, Morelos, like, who has it to keep saying he should be dropped? I think he should be dropped out of the team for a wee while, even if it's only for 60 minutes, and 60 minutes the next game, and 60 minutes, and bring him on for half an hour and let him terrorise somebody, you know. But I think, you know, he just needs to be told that, you know, you're not playing well enough in this one, but, you know, you're still in my thoughts, you know, you're up there and all the rest of it, so just keep working away. But I've got the same complaints as everybody else about, you know, selection. You know, you can't keep selecting one player that makes mistakes all the time and then openly criticise other guys and drop them after a game and a half, you know?
Yeah. Big week ahead, Blue. A big week ahead, and we're just. I'm thankful more than anything that the team managed to grind out a 1-0 result yesterday. You know, I just think the 3 points and the W on the board, that was the main thing. I wasn't even looking for a performance or anything. Right. You know, it's a big week for us.
You're right, Stardog, but you know, every week's been a big week. I mean, Bridge is always saying it. You know, it's the biggest game of the
100%. Yeah,
biggest game of the season. And it's just, I think we've been really dead unlucky. We've had some dreadful refereeing decisions in some of the games. You know, all sorts of stupid things all went again. And actually, somebody else pointed out earlier on, we've had quite a lot of injuries. I mean, Tav had his operation and all that sort of stuff. And Tav's come back too early. He's not been fit. And it's shown in his performances. You know, there's all sorts of different things that have just been going on. And, you know, again, we're all saying about, it's great to be, we can all be good in hindsight, you know, about, you know, guys will put out and loan and all the rest of it. That we shouldn't maybe have put out, we should have given him a chance. But it seems to me that, I said this before, that I think he's going too much advice on the technical stuff. And I don't mean, you know, capability or anything like that. What I mean is, you know, stats and all the rest of it. I think his backroom team are maybe stifling him a wee bit because they're playing European football on the Scottish stage and we don't have players that can do that here. You know, all right, we're getting through and we're creating 14, 15, 16 chances a game, or half chances, but we're having shots and goals all the time. We've just been dead unlucky. But, you know, I think we need guys like Jordan Jones and probably Greg Docherty, you know, as Greg, you know, and the rest of it. Guys that are actually used to this environment, guys that are, you know, willing to. I mean, somebody was saying to me the other day about Kyle Lafferty. I was like, nah, definitely no. We shouldn't have kept him. I think we get rid of him at the right time. But we need somebody that can battle through this sort of stuff, because some of these guys look a bit browbeaten at the end of the day. They look a bit, you know, timid and a bit tired. And, you know, the Rangers players, and it's good. It's easy for us to say. I mean, I'm 64, so it's easy for me to say, you know, like, roll up your sleeves there, Richard Gough, you know, get in about them. But, you know, if it's not your game or it's something you're not used to, or maybe the backroom staff, we could do with somebody that's really like Archie Knox or Walter Smith go like, right lads, this is what you're going to have to expect here. You're going to get booted up and down the pitch here, and you're going to have to get tore in. So it's just it's a combination of things, and I really think we've been awfully unlucky. I really do. I think we could easily have won every single game. Well, I think apart from the two Hearts games, we get bullied out of the two Hearts games, but the rest of the games we had enough chances to win all the games, and unfortunately, we're just not getting the goals, and then we're losing stupid goals at the back. So.
Remember, Blue, in the Hearts game in the league, we were actually up 1-0. I know we struggled in the first half and we were mints in the first half, to say the least, but we came out in that second half and we taken the lead. Ryan Kent scores that goal and we still we managed to let it slip through our fingers. I went back earlier on in the show as well, Blue, to the Aberdeen game. We were cruising 2-0 up at Pittodrie, playing some of the best football we'd probably played all season. And then again, it just slips through. I really do think it could be a mentality thing. But you made a great point about the assistant manager, and I don't like to critique too much, but I have got my views on it. And I've watched all the 9 in a row DVDs. Obviously, I'm still young myself, so I wasn't really a boot for the 9 in a row. But Archie Knox was a great assistant manager, and Ali McCoist was actually a great go-between with the players and Walter Smith. And Walter Smith was there the second time. And I think Gerard Easell is actually that kind of go-to guy rather than being the manager. I don't think Gary McAllister brings that kind of go-to between the player and the managers. I think he's kind of hands-on with the players. Maybe they're pals, if you'd even want to say it like that, and I don't think that's a healthy thing. I think that's something that Gerard definitely needs to change out his game, and I'll take that to JFK.
I've always said for the very start, mate, I wasn't keen on Gary McAllister. I said it right at the very start. I don't know what he was going to ever bring to Rangers. I don't know why he was picked to be his assistant. I know it might be too late, but I'd like to see guys like Barry Ferguson and John Brown and somebody like that who knows what they're doing behind the scenes. For me, Gary McAllister's not got a clue. A lot of people say he's got a great pedigree, but he was a lucky player at Liverpool. We came to Liverpool at the end of his career and he was lucky to do what he did, but I know he had a lot of Scotland caps, but I'm not a Scotland fan, so I wouldn't know. That's only what I've been reading. For me, it's got to change, but I don't think it will change unless we change the whole lot, which might happen for the start of next season. We'll not know that till that comes. But for me, Gary McAllister's no go to it, but the others might think differently.
Bridgeman, I mentioned the go-between between the players and the assistant manager. Archie Knox was brilliant at it. And again, Walter Smith's second spell, Alan McCoist, he was absolutely brilliant at going between the players and the manager. Gary McAllister's kind of more reserved. He doesn't say much. You don't really see him getting too involved much. It's Gerrard. He's kind of befriended the players, I think. Would you agree with that, Bridge?
To a certain extent. I think Alan McAllister does his work behind the scenes, to be honest. He doesn't say too much. He's not an upfront man. He's proven that many times in the past. I think he's a really good footballing person, and I'm sure he brings something to the game, whatever it is with Rangers. I don't know what is expected of him at Rangers, but Gerrard's a marvellous front man, and I think he's very good for his back. I'm quite sure. I'm quite happy with him.
Stardog, can you come in that? So I remember when he first signed, and it's an interesting point you've just made there, where you're talking about the conduit between the dressing room and the manager. There's things that goes on in dressing rooms, managers shouldn't be privy to, and it's not their place and whatnot. McCoist was brilliant at that. Archie Knox was more an authoritarian figure, but again was that conduit. When Gerrard first came in, and he was bringing in Gary McAllister, and he said, my number 2 is going to be Gary McAllister. He says, although he's my assistant. No, somebody referred to him as being his number 2. He says, no, he's my assistant. He's no number 2. And I wonder, because he's older, he's an older guy than Gerrard. Is he a sort of somebody to lean on? Is he there is he there as a conduit between Gerrard and the troops, or is he there as a sounding board for Gerrard, somebody for Gerrard to lean on, a kind of father figure type, somebody to support him and give him confidence, because they've got a great relationship, for the Liverpool days. They struck up a great friendship. So who's he really there for? Is his role there as a sounding board and a support network for Gerrard, or is it, is he that traditional
sort of assistant manager, because it would concern me if he wasn't, because maybe that void, that gap's been, one of the 27 other guys he's brought Williams sort of doing that, and you're looking at that dugout, you think Rangers had 55 players on the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Portbear, in you come.
It's a big presence, isn't it?
I just think sometimes, Doug, there's a fine line in management. I've had some right tough managers throughout my footballing career, playing junior, and most of the ones I had were the type, they kept a fine line. You weren't their pal. It was your gaffer ended. It was your boss. I think maybe Gerrard's. I've said this on the show. I think he's crossed that line too far to be too pally with the boys. He's got to a point where, see, when they've backed him into a corner and they've been playing poor, and I've said it on the show, they've thrown a gaffer under the bus, in my opinion, where the gaffer stuck by them, try to play them through their poor form. He's went, I'm going to keep playing you because you're my boy, and all that. It's not worked, because I don't think they know, and I don't think he can actually go to them and go, you need to get your finger out. So Gary McAllister has to be that guy. But in an interview, he said on an interview, Gary McAllister was his confidant. He said he can speak to Gary McAllister about everything. So it gave me the impression he was there for Gerrard. His benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I don't know what his relationship with the squad's like. To me, sometimes you need a middleman. I used to go to my assistant all the time. See, for talk's sake, I was, I wasn't quite at it. I was feeling unfit, or I was, maybe going to play a different role for what I prefer. I'd go to my assistant and say, look, I'm not really happy about this, because he was a guy. He was a guy you went to. If you went to a gaff, he used to just blast your head off, in your face, point in your face, and all that carry on. You'd have many arguments with him. So I always found if we went to it's a go-between. You go to the guy who'll sort things out, speak to the manager, saying, maybe you're better just playing Mark in his usual role a day. And 9 times out of 10 that worked. But I don't know if we've got that. And I don't know if Gerrard's crossed the line, or can he get at some of the players? It's like a favour I've got. It's like a feeling I've got with the captain. How can your captain right now go to any one of your players and say, you better get your finger out, you're playing absolute crap now? Because they're just going to turn around and go, you've got a fucking cheek on you. Who are you to tell me? You've been playing like a donkey since, December. I think, it's just all wrong at the moment, Stardog, in my opinion, just regarding communication side of the game. How does a captain lift his team when our captain's forms, poor? It's very difficult, mate. It's very, very difficult.
I feel like to a certain degree, Gerrard actually has the role of the captain, the manager, the assistant, and the pal. I feel as if he's staying on too much with the squad. I know he was a great team player. That's what made him such a great captain with Liverpool. But the fact is, and I think we all know this, just because you were a great player doesn't give you the given right to be a great manager. And I think he's got a great saying, we're all in this together. But to a certain degree, he can't be in it with them. They're out there playing for him. He can't change the way they're playing on the part. They've got to put in the performance for him. And if they're not doing it for him, he needs to be the one to make the change. He can't befriend them. When I made the point about Gary McAllister not being the great middleman, we made the point there about 5 minutes ago, but Walter Smith was a great leaning post for Graham Souness. I think Masties would agree with that. They were about for their days. Walter Smith was great for Graham Souness, and I think he's tried to repeat history, but it's not worked, because Gary McAllister wasn't about the Scottish game the way Walter Smith was. He was credited as a player, but his managerial career itself wasn't anything special. So,
can I come in?
Come, Jimmy?
Yeah, you're right, but you say to a point, but you got to remember that the apprenticeship that Walter Smith had. It was assistant manager. He also played for the United.
100%. Jim McLean.
He was assistant manager. He was assistant manager at Ibrox, obviously. He was assistant manager at Manchester United, and also assistant manager for Scotland. So with all due respect to Steven Gerrard, he's managed one team, and that's the Glasgow Rangers. As I said the other night, no great players become good managers, and that the case in point is up for us. It was John Gregg, the legend, but it's John Gregg. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't manage a team, but a lot of great players there the years I've just not found the nonce to be a good manager. So, and maybe it's Steven Gerrard's punching above his weight. He's maybe thinking here, this is no for me. Because if he fails here, who else is going to take him? Never mind the Liverpool thing, take that out of the equation. But is there any other clubs that would touch him? You know, so he's got to win something here. And for me, I think his apprenticeships. He's not had an apprenticeship. He came from being a
That's
youth
what I
team
think will
coach.
drive him, Jimmy. That's what I think will drive him, mate. I think he knows deep down he can't fail here. He can't. He cannot fail here because it's a big step back
maybe
for him. Where does he go after Rangers? I mean,
can't go anywhere.
It's Smurf says.
No.
We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, right? So where do you go after Rangers if you fail to win anything in Scotland?
Can I come in there?
He's very against the wall, in my opinion.
Hold on, but no. He's got us through to the European. Last year he got us to the group stages. This time he's got us out of the group stages. I think that's a major success for our manager. I think to be up against. Hold on. To be up against. To be up against the team from across the city at the present moment, we had them on the ropes at New Year, and unfortunately something's happened, and we've not got them on the ropes anymore. So that's probably gone. I don't know how the manager's going to do it, but tell you what, I'm on the train all the way because he's taken us this far, and I'm hoping and praying that we can do something against this mob on Thursday night. If we can't, then we can't. We have to get up back on the horse again and go next season. That's what we need to do. Sorry, guys.
I wasn't when I was 2 seconds, mate. When I was saying that, I wasn't for any minute doubting his managerial qualities for 1 minute. I was actually saying, the people run about him. If anything, I think he's taken on, like I said, the role of the manager, assistant, the pal, everything else, the captain, the inspiration in the dressing room. I think it's got to be up to some of these players and some of the technical staff to step up and take some of the pressure off him, because he should just be the manager. And you come, Smurf.
It's even you're leading people. You can't be the pal. You can be approachable. No. You can have empathy. You can even have sympathy. You can have all that. You can have all the great traits. You can manage people differently because no two people are the same, right? But you cannot be somebody's friend. The minute you become somebody's friend, you have loyalty to that individual, and what you don't have is loyalty to your team. Gerrard's team isn't the team in the pitch. That's Tavernier's team. Gerrard's team is his backroom staff, and there's got to be a divide. There's got to be a divide between that coaching staff. That's why they wear their training gears different colours and everything, and the team that goes on the pitch. There's got to be a divide there, and there's got to be a conduit. The minute you cross that boundary and you start becoming people's friends, then you have a loyalty to an individual. And that individual, if he's not doing it for you, your loyalty is going to be the sword that you die on. So he needs to...
We're still there. And you come, mate.
Who, Baloo?
Yeah.
I thought somebody spoke there. It wasn't me. I wasn't planning on saying anything. You can't disagree with any of this stuff. It's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's. Everybody's saying there's something wrong, and we hear stories like there's a fight here, there's this there, and all the rest of it. But there's too many things that are different now. Different players are not performing well, and I wouldn't like to think it would be as simple as just some stupid fault in a training ground. It just doesn't make sense to me because, we're all grown men. We've all played football. We've been battered and we've been thumped and we've battered people and we've thumped them. And, you do that. It's just what football's like, and people get the piss taken out of them and people get, treated badly and some people get treated well. That's just the way it is at clubs. They're professional athletes. They're professional sportsmen. So these guys can handle all this crap. I think it's just, I don't know. I just think tremendously unlucky at times. I'm honestly saying that. I think we've been tremendously unlucky. A lot of these games, we've had so many chances to win the games, and we've not won the games, or else we've not scored the goals, and then they went up the park, and they've got one behind us, and then we're trying to get another one, and then we try to get an equaliser, and then they get a second one or whatever. Alfie's come back no fit. He doesn't look fit, I must admit. He doesn't, and I agree with whoever it is that keeps saying that. Drop him. Just get him out. Just give him a rest. You're putting pressure on him, playing him all the time, and I think that's really no helping him. But you bring him in for the last 20 minutes, last half an hour. Don't bring him on for 7 minutes. That achieves nothing. So guys like that, I would honestly cycle it. I would cycle him round and say, right, okay, we're going to give Jordan Jones a chance. Didn't he work with Stewart the other week there, because he's not a centre forward. They shouldn't have been playing as a centre forward, but that's just the way it turned out to be, and he get hooked at half time, which is not good for his confidence. So, there's a lot of bad things going on, like bad decision making on the park and off the park, and it just seems like a wee bit of a shambles at the minute. And it can't be one thing, unless of course it's that the managers just know about the confidence of the players, because he is playing people that shouldn't be getting a game. It could be as simple as that. That could be the only thing I could think of. People taking the hump because
Muff, you want to come back in?
I just think it's a point you were saying there. The people shouldn't be playing, and he's not playing others, and they're getting a chance. Said that earlier. There's maybe a core of 16 guys that he sort of trusts. These other guys they're obviously deemed surplus to requirements. I was looking there. If we'd go to the final every cup competition we're in, including the qualifiers in Europe and the league, it's exactly 70 games this season we would have played. We never go to the Scottish Cup final. We're still in Europe. If we don't, we've got guaranteed two more fixtures in Europe, and then there's another 5, including the final. If we don't get them, that would mean 65. You can't play 60 to 70 games a season.
No.
With 14 to 16 players. You can't do it. And you're not being fair on them. Now, if you've got a guy like Alfie, right, who's temperamental, and at the beginning of the season, you're getting into his nut, you get him fit, you get him focused, you get him motivated, he's determined, he's all firing on all cylinders, and he's been successful. That's great. See, when the fatigue, the mental fatigue, the emotional fatigue, the physical fatigue starts kicking in, that's when you lose your discipline, and that's when you revert back to type, and you start becoming a heater boy again. You know what I mean? So he's been let down because he's no got competition.
No backup.
He's no backup. Nobody can say, right, you one in, one out. You should be able to take a McCoist out and put a Johnson in, take a Johnson out and put a McCoist in without weakening your team. You know what I mean?
I wish we had two players.
Aye, that's the position we should be in.
It's good to look over your shoulder, Smurf, isn't it?
It's good to look over your shoulder. 100%. Instead of that, we go. You've got Brandon Barker. Kidding me? You know what I mean? What's going on?
How's she before Jordan Jones? You know what I mean? How's she getting selected before Jordan Jones? I don't get it. I really don't.
No, but there's
a poor player.
Stupidity all over the place. I reckon there's 8 to 10 players that need culled at the end of the season, and you can't replace them. So you've got to hope there's a couple of young boys that could come in, save you a few quid there. And what else you've got to do is go and sign players that are better than that are better than the 16 core players you've got. We need a right back, not because we want to get rid of Tav. James Tavernier, when he's playing well, is a good football player. Maybe not the best defender, but he's got a lot of attributes that you wouldn't want to lose, right? But he's got to be your minimum credible standard at right back. And when you go and buy another right back, he's got to be somebody that can take his place. No, just a backup.
Ridgeman, would you believe we've reached that time of night already?
That's amazing, isn't it? The night just flies by. Well, a good night. Well done. Well done, son. Well done. I've really enjoyed it. Well done to everybody. Other guys in the panel, really magic, and to all the callers, really happy. Can I just say that there's certain things going to happen, and we're going to be part of it. Let's put it that way. We're either up or we're down. Simple as that. And we're all Rangers fans. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here and Rangers Radio, every single one of us, we really need to keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really, really need us. Keep it going. Please, keep it going.
Can I thank everybody on the panel, everybody for calling in, everybody all over the world that listens to us, all over the forums, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We appreciate it all. What a night it's been. Looking forward to Thursday even more now. Keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers, boys. Good night.
They come from all of Glasgow, they come from near and far. They come from every Highland glen, from here to Lochnacar. They sail from dear old Belfast to the bonny banks of Clyde. They gather round to Timeless Park and loudly sing blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yes, R-E-N-G and R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, I've set your mind at rest. Oh yes, R-E-N-G and R-N-S. The boys in blue, the Vibrants, Highlands, Scotland's very best. Shearer, Probin, John Craig, McKinnon too. There's Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, they proudly wear the blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yes,